It's now time to get ourselves back into the wild, find some park ups, get out of the twisty, windy, very narrow roads that Freddie's struggled with for the last few days, and be tourists.
Close your eyes, get out of your skin. All it is matters, let it in. If I could, I would be right here with you. In this world of ticking clocks, I hope I'm getting through.
Feel sick. It's horrible. So we're not feeling our happy jolly selves. The injector, the fuel line to one of the injectors came loose, and basically pumped diesel all over the engine that was already hot, and caused a fire. So we're trying to fix that at the moment.
So good morning folks, or morning folks. Thought I'd give you a little bit of an update to our massive horrible situation once again that we find ourselves in. So the engine fire yesterday was caused by a very small circlip, a spring circlip type thing. Circlip, it's a spring clip that holds the injector fuel line onto the injector itself. That had come off, allowed the fuel to pool on top of the engine, and then when it got mega hot, bang, engine fire. Luckily we were moving, so as we've come along the road it's kept the flames down, but the moment I stopped, that's when it ignited and went into a big fire. A lot of it would be superficial because obviously fuel, it's the vapour that burns, but what I need to do today is have a good look over the engine. There is some damage there, plastic trays, a couple of plastic trays have melted, and some clips and bits and pieces like that. So I need to get right underneath and have a good old look and have a look at the damage before we can even contemplate our next step. The engine still starts, which is an absolute bonus. However, when we started it again yesterday after cleaning up everything, there was an ignition source around the alternator. We can't tell if that's excess diesel that's got down there or what yet. So I need to get underneath and have a thorough look. If it's terminal, again, we really don't know what to do here. We're miles and miles away from home. I've got European breakdown cover, but it's put us back into that absolute horrible predicament again. It's just gutted. We're both gutted. Hardly slept last night and worried, but these things happen. And we'll see what today brings, and we'll keep you updated as we go.
So what we're going to do now is there's a campsite just across the road, and we are going to speak to the owners. I saw somebody working there last night that said to come back this morning, just to see if we can still use some of their facilities, just to help us out over the next day, so we haven't got to go searching for miles or a few days. Yeah, so we haven't got to go searching for miles for on foot for toilet, showers, water and the likes. So yeah, so we're going to go there now and see if the hopefully friendly owners will give us a hand and just let us use some bits.
So we had a diesel fuel leak, so one of the injector pipes had blown off, and literally as I come around the corner it burst into flames. The engine burst into flames, but it was able to extinguish it very quickly. But where the fuel had collected on the bottom plastic trays, the fire has burnt through to the serpentine belt. I can't tell at the moment whether it's the power steering or alternator belt. Diesel.
So excuse the wind noise, it's incredibly windy here today. But you just saw Tony's on the telephone. It's really bright, so sorry. Tony's on the telephone to the breakdown recovery to see if we can actually get back, and because we are closing in on the end of our time allowance for our breakdown recovery as well. We've literally got days to go, so he's trying to sort that out now. Meanwhile, I think my dad's possibly having a snooze. It's all a bit, I don't know, what can you do? We're stuck here. It's currently a Sunday, so there are no shops open at all here. There are no garages open at all here today. So we are just in limbo. No idea what to do. Tony's done as much as he can with what he's got at the moment. But yeah, it's currently not enough, unfortunately. So he needs some more tools. We need a shop to be open for him to be able to get those. And we're debating on, can we get recovered to a garage and then pay for whatever that will be, or can he fix it, or do we just get recovered home? We'd like to be able to fix it. We'd like to continue with this journey. I think my dad would like us to continue with this journey with him. But yeah, at the moment it's all up in the air. It's certainly not what we were wanting, and yeah, a bit stressful.
So that's part of the bullet, guys, and call in the cavalry. So very soon, I say very soon, possibly tomorrow, the recovery lorry is going to come in and pick us up and take us to a garage. After looking underneath, like I say, all the serpentine belts have, especially the casing, it's melted through. The serpentine belts are loose, so I've got to make sure all the pulleys are right. I just can't do it on the side of the road where we are here. I just can't get the access again, so we're stuck. So although the fire damage, from what I can tell, isn't extensive, it's not like the fire got out of control. We managed to put it out pretty quick. There's just a couple of little bits there that need attention to get him back restored 100%. So let's make sure it's done properly. So we've had to bite the bullet. Green flag is coming to the rescue once again. So into the garage we go. And I don't know what that does for me and Claire at the moment. Obviously this is our accommodation and we're in Spain. I'd hate for them to put us up in a 5-star hotel. Of which I know we haven't got the cover for. So we don't know what's going to go on there. That's where we are now. Poor old Ian stuck in his camper van awaiting us, so we're just going to go for a drink or something. Drown the sorrows. There you go.
So we've decided that we're fed up of being cooped up in Freddie. Dad feels like he's in solitary confinement, cooped up in Reggie next to us. It feels like he's done something wrong. So we've, although it's not the greatest day, it's lovely and sunny outside, but it is blowing an absolute hoolie. We're going to go and have a little explore and see what's around the place.
Yep, and we'll show you again, once again, our lovely park up.
Come on, you tart.
Wait. Sprucing myself up. Might need to turn to prostitution.
Yes, it might be true. I'm a little bit out of my mind, let it sweep us off our feet without a fight.
So there you go, folks. Sorry about the wind. It's extremely windy, but not the best park up. Yeah, I'm going to call it the second from worst park up we've ever had. The engine failure is probably our worst one. Good morning. It's just a waiting game for us now. We're waiting for linear director or direct line recovery to come and get us. And we're unsure of what the European cover costs. We've been through all the fine print, but unlike when my car broke down many moons ago, when we were touring around Europe, I had such a comprehensive cover there that it covered hotels, flights, cars, everything, and they really looked after us well. This insurance I got with the van, I did pay the extra for the European cover, but I'm unsure until we speak to the European side of the business what that actually covers and entails. Obviously the van's going to be recovered, but when you're in a camper van, your life's in there, your food, our camera, photography equipment, and so much stuff that I'd hate to think how we're going to pack it all up and transport it anywhere. So the best case scenario is we get a hire car that will take us, that allow us to drive home, then get all our equipment and stuff in there. Worst case scenario is that they want to fly us out because we just can't get all the stuff in there, which means all the stuff will be left in Spain. And then comes the issue of what happens if the van is unrepairable and we've left all our stuff here as well. So very stressful time, folks, indeed, very stressful. And it was only 2.5 years ago that you helped us out, a couple of years back, I can't remember for sure when you helped us out. Before, when Claire done a Just Giving page, and we had close friends, family, all my workmates, and you guys all chipped in to help. Well, some of you guys all chipped in to help get Freddie back on the road after that catastrophic turbo failure that all got induced into the engine, and we can't go through that again, and we won't go through that again. We're not going to sit and beg for money. It's just unfair, but this for us couldn't come at a worse time as we try to get our photography business up and running, and we've had to do that in quite a complicated way because there's no way we could have afforded to do this continuing to work and live the way we were in the UK. So I just hope it's not the end of Adventure Van Freddie. But things don't look too good at the moment, but we'll keep you informed. Bit of a depressing vlog, but it's worth having you here for the ride. These things happen and can happen to us all, so we'll keep you informed, folks. Not quite a van, but that's the hire car that we've just picked up to get us out of trouble for a couple of days while the van goes in for assessment, and then we'll get feedback and know what to do from there. We've got a hotel in the same town that the van's going to, so we're nearby to it, so we can keep an eye on it. I'm so lucky and grateful that our friends only live 50 minutes or so up the road or whatever it is. So if I do get stuck in the Spanish interpretation, then Annie will come to our rescue, no doubt. Just sitting here now waiting for the recovery truck to come and pick us up. It's been booked for 3 o'clock. So a good system here is that they've booked it to know exactly what time it should be here. And that's a well worth point, guys. Something that we will definitely carry with us in the future is a large, just one of them cheap, large luggage bags. Just for, in case of emergencies like that, if you have to pick everything up out of your van, you'll be surprised how much is in there. And you don't want to lose or leave any of your valuables behind. No matter what the garage is, it's just you're no longer in control, are you? So there you go. But we'll keep you informed as bits unfold. No, there's no surprise, but Claire's IBS has flared up now with the stress and the upsetness that it causes. But there's nothing we can do. It's out of our hands. We'll see.
Tonight there's no way back. The whole town is all about summer, and we have enough wine to last us until morning light. Yes,
Here we go again.
I'm a little bit out of my mind, let it sweep us off our feet without a fight. sun can wait. I know this is borrowed time. They've counted 9, but still I bet on a miracle to happen. Is it really too late? Is it really tonight?
Well, here we go again, but this time off to Peugeot in Gandia. See what they have to say and see what this brings us, which joys or lack of.
Oh, it's a little bit too much. We face so much trouble in this life, but not enough to declare war on love. You know they should have told us. It's so easy when you start off, but you
So, not what you want to be seeing. Me on the left-hand side of a car, and Freddie on top of there. It's so gutted and it's such a tiring and worrying experience, and I know we're not the only ones. Loads of you have been through it. That's what happens when you buy mechanical stuff. It breaks. I know that very well. But yeah, not this again. Not this again.
tonight there's no way back. The whole town is all about summer, and we have enough wine to last us until morning light. Yes, it might be true. I'm a little bit out of my mind. Let it sweep us off our feet without a fight. You know the sun can wait. I know this is borrowed time. They've counted 9, but still I bet on a miracle to happen. Is it really too late? Is it really tonight, this night? Is it really too late?
But when we first proposed that we would get a bigger van, Freddie, Claire went out and got us a special present to celebrate not only the build, but our first big adventure in him.
Oh, it's a little bit too much. We face so much trouble in this life, but not enough to declare war on love. You know they should have told us. It's so easy when you start off, but you better prepare to bleed, my love. You better. Is it really too late? Is it really tonight, this night?
Wow. And folks, this goes to you as well for subscribing, following our crazy adventures. And like I've probably said in the past, I just hope that it inspires you guys to do the same. And well, not inspire, I don't mean it that way, that's a bit prima donna, but you know what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, we just want you to get out and have the same fun and experiences as we have.
Because life goes by in a in a pop.
Is it really too late?
Before you know it, I can't do a take two with that. Before you know it, it's over, sir. Get out, experience the world. That's what we're trying to do. And even if it's local, it doesn't matter. Just get out and about. This'll all be gone tonight.
I'll have a headache tomorrow morning.
We'll have a special third driver that we've brought along with us. You've never seen him. He's in the background just for these type of occasions when we're drinking.
Bit like the Stig.
Bit like the Stig, yeah.
Cheers to our adventures.
Cheers to our adventures and to yours.